I'm Diana here from Pearl Connections. I am the founder and the owner of Pearl Connections, and I welcome you. I'm here to share my journey with you. First, how to explain how I felt. All my life, I didn't really feel like I fit. I just didn't fit. Um, so many different stages of my life. The one time that makes me feel that I know that I didn't fit and from birth was when I was carrying my baby, about 33 years ago. And I was about 8 months pregnant. And my mom had come out to see me. And I said, Mom, you got to feel this baby moving. Oh my gosh, this feels amazing. I love it. And she stopped in her tracks and she turned around. She says, I hated the feeling when you moved inside of me. It was the worst feeling ever. I stopped dead in my tracks and was totally devastated at that point. I was about 25 years old, so it took me a little bit of time to get around it. But from that, I'm going to rewind and go back to some of the turmoil that I went through and how I got through it, just to help you know that everything I've gone through has been a positive experience. Everything, including that. And I know so now. Anyways, I was laying the one time that I felt like I was just always out of place. And my mom and I would have disagreements, or my whole family and I would have disagreements. That's kind of the black sheep, right? And I would go out and lay a blanket out in the pasture. And it didn't matter if it was during the day or at night, I'd lay this blanket out. And I'd have this little transistor radio. I don't know if everybody remembered those, but that little transistor radio. And I would turn up that music, man, and I would be loving it, laying out there trying to really get myself, find my inner self and really be confident, because I wasn't confident. And I would just shut my eyes, whether it is at night or during the day, and when I'd open my eyes, I would see horses. Horses would come to me. And now I realize that the horses probably needed me as much as I needed them at that point, because I had a special gift inside of me that I never realized about. I was just too clustered with all the different emotions and everything that was going on that I couldn't have that clarity to know that I am really beautiful on the inside and I am really loved on the inside, because now I know I am. So anyway, that's one of the incidences that were happened. Not all the incidences are good, but all of them turned out good. It's the best way I can explain it. One of the next things that would happen is, when we were at the farm and I was a teenager, I got this weird sensation. I don't know what that was all about, but I had this weird sensation to go and clean my room and organize it. I was ripping it apart, moving things around, and I started late that evening and I was up till 1 o'clock. But every time I took a break, or I felt like I was drawn to the kitchen window to look at the barn where we had 52 pigs in there, and I was drawn to it over and over again that night, just every 15 or 20 minutes. I didn't understand why. I kept walking by, looking at the barn. And then I'm going, okay, whatever. So I finished my room. It was all beautiful. I went and looked and I stared at the barn for a good 5 minutes. And something inside of me said to do that. And then I walked away. And then I went to sleep. And 40 minutes later, our neighbor came knocking frantically on the door saying, oh my goodness, your barn's on fire. And it was in full flames. We had lost all of the pigs. We had lost everything. My dad was totally distraught. It was a rough time. But at the same time, it taught me that I had something inside of me to watch for, to know that it's there. And I now know that. And over time, there has been, and if you're watching this and you know who you are, there's 4 or 5 couples out there that I have put together. I have match made. And trust me, I had no idea. All I said is, oh, I like this one and I like this. I am going to put you guys together. And it worked. And some of you are still married, like 30 some years later. Some are just newly married. So, anyways, congratulations on that. I didn't know I had that in me as well. So, that was a lot of fun. Went from that, and after that, the next thing that we noticed, I just happily went along. I was very happy, very, I made the best of everything. I always tried to look within. Always, always, always. And then my husband had, our family had a tragedy that hit within our family unit, the three of us. And during this family time, it was very emotionally distraught. It was very, very deep. Took us 4 years to get through. During the 4 years that we went through that, it taught me a lot of things. That goodness can come out. Family units can come out of this, and we can be blessed, and we can be happy. And we are, the three of us are very, very close. The one thing that we noticed right away is when my husband was getting out of it and was realizing that he needed to do something different, he started looking into feng shui. So that is the chi moving through your house. You got to welcome the chi. It's just simple. Welcome the chi, and then it's the flow of the chi as it goes through the house. I'm going, ooh, isn't that cool? And you could feel a difference, when you'd move your couch. You'd put a crystal here. We had lots of fun. We'd put crystals everywhere. We would go everywhere and get everything that we needed to make our home and beautiful and welcoming and warm. So anyways, that's what we did. And you could feel that difference. So that was the start of our journey. The second part is when my husband was going through what he was going through, it was something called repressed memories and body memories. Body memories means that memories were stuck in every one of his pieces of his, like every muscle, every nerve ending, everything had something attached to it. We found that out when he went to a massage therapist, and he could only be touched at the top of his head without him curling up like a baby. So we thought, okay, that's really unique. And I started looking into tapping. I think everybody's taught, if you don't know about that, that's a real interesting thing, is tapping to help calm yourself down. That helped him through a lot of his therapy. The other thing that helped us is then I started looking within and realizing that a pendulum is a form of muscle testing. Who knew, right? So I started getting the pendulum and practicing. And practicing and finding I could do some really cool things with it. So I started carrying it with me wherever I went. I started using it in restaurants, and then boom, that's when one of my friends that I went for lunch with at the time said, could you please kindly put that away, because you're embarrassing me. I don't get embarrassed very much, but I thought, okay, this is kind of weird, right? I won't do it. That's okay. So that was about 18 years ago. And then up until about 3 years ago, I was at an event, a virtual event, where we were all from all different parts of the world. And this one lady came on and she did a demonstration with her pendulum. I'm going, oh, cool, I got a pendulum. So I dug it out, doing it with her. And then she's going, She was touching it and stopping it and everything. I'm going, no. You can get your pendulum to stop. You just have to ask it. It's on demand. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I got something here. This is fun. I can do this. And then she had mentioned how you could help people from anywhere in the world. You just have to ask the questions. You have to ask what emotion is stuck. You have to ask if you can release it, and you use a magnet and you release it. I'm going, okay, I could do that. So anyways, I started to play around and I started thinking, okay, I could do this. And then I was looking at different things to try to teach how I could check, if there's trapped emotions, like looking at organs and skeletons and stuff but just fun, just encyclopedias and stuff, just looking through it. And I had a girlfriend that was in Edmonton. And I was talking to her on the phone, and she said to me, she says, oh, my hip is just killing me. it's just killing me. And I had my skeleton, I just happened to be talking to her, and the skeleton was in front of me. And I said, hold it. Because I was touching, it was the right hip at a certain point. My pendulum, I was playing with it at the time, and it started to twirl. I said, hold it, hold it. I says, is it your right hip? And is it right here? And is it right there? And she goes, yeah. I said, just a minute. I know I can ask questions. I can ask what emotions are stuck. I can even find out what age and from whom. And I can ask all these questions, and we can release these emotions for you. And she says, nah. I said, yeah. So I did it. The pain was gone. Surprise. So we're going, okay, how did that work? And then we're going, okay, that's cool. We like that. So off I went. I started experimenting within my family, with me and my husband, doing different things and learning different techniques and learning deeper and deeper about the pendulum and just having loads of fun. On my spare time, that's what I would do. So anyways, as it goes on, I go and I meet up with some friends, and they're in a hotel room, and they say to me, I say to them right away, I say, do you mind if I do this technique on you? And they go, sure, no problem. So we do the technique, and then she says, as long as you don't mind me doing this other thing. So she was doing this other thing with me, and I'm going, okay. And then all of a sudden we get a very loud vibration in the room. And it was a very unique one. We actually got, there was voices, and it was different. It was very unique. Well, that took us back a little bit, all three of us, because there was two witnesses with me. So we recognized that there was something different about that. And it was a good different, because we had a Grandma Mary. It took us a little while to figure it out, but we had a Grandma Mary that passed away. She's very special to us. And we always said to her, if she passed away, she would be able to come back to us, and she would be able to send us a message of some sort. And that's what she did that night. Ever since that particular night, my life has changed. I have a true gift. It just keeps going more and more in depth. And there's more and more. I'm downloading more. I'm getting more information all the time. I'll wake up with different clearings. I'll wake up and I can help other people. And if there's a stumbling block, if there's a roadblock, I keep looking until we find something new to help the next person. I've always truly helped, loving and helping other people. This journey has been truly amazing, but I've only just begun. And I can hardly wait. I invite all the people that are ready for me to just send me a message and know that I'm here to help you. If you've tried, and then remember, it's the pain body that I'm working with, your body, the physical body. That's what I work with. So if you have physical pain, and men, they really like this. You don't have to relive anything. You don't have to re-feel it with me. I am able to release it with you by you honestly just sitting there. And actually on the first session, I prefer you just sit and tell me nothing until I've done my excursion. And you can tell me how close I've hit and how it's worked for you. I'm truly blessed to be on this journey. And I'm truly blessed to have each and every one of you here that are listening and wish to listen. And I thank you so much for your time today. And I can hardly wait to help you and take away some of the pain, at least a little bit of the pain I'm hoping that you're struggling with. And in these times, I know it's needed. So please be healthy, safe, and happy. And let me help you with this journey to get you down that path. We'll link arms and go down it together. Thank you ever so much. Have a great day.